Hi, I love the refreshing and clean flavour of Japanese food. Now, I'm a Kiwi cook, so I'm going to do my spin on Japanese flavours, which I really like. Now, if I want to make anything vaguely Japanese, I'm going to need a really good, traditional, naturally brewed Japanese product. And what better than Kikkoman soy sauce? Today I'm going to make seafood and vegetables in a soy-scented broth. So this stuff is the cornerstone to the dish. For this one we need 800 mils of chicken or fish stock, the zest and juice of a lemon, 4 tablespoons of Kikkoman soy sauce, 2 carrots, 12 scallops, 300 grams of prawns, 400 grams of fish fillet, 100 grams of snow peas, and 2 large handfuls of baby spinach leaves. I want to show you something. I'm going to get this, and I'm going to put it in here, and this is an unnaturally brewed. This is the Kikkoman naturally brewed soy sauce. It's completely translucent. And Kikkoman is made from wheat, salt, soybeans, and water. Everything that you can eat. Oh yeah, it's fragrant, it's appetizing. I can feel my saliva glands start to work. Oh yeah, it's tangy, it's delicious. Umami. I can feel that really savory flavor, which I like so much about Japanese food. Okay, let's get going with this recipe. First thing I need to do is slice some carrots. Now I want these really, really thin because they're going to cook at the same time as the seafood. I don't want them completely soft. I want them to have a little bit of a crunch to them, but they do need to be thin. Now, start off over here. I want to make a soy-scented broth. I'm starting off with chicken stock I'm using today. Chicken with fish, yep, it's going to work. Especially with something like this because it's all that savory umami flavors. Chicken stock, which has that savory flavor, just like the soy sauce, is going to work with the fish. I need to turn that on, like that, and I'm going to slowly bring that to the boil. The other thing I want to give this a little bit of a tang to it. So I want some lemon zest. So I got my trusty little zester here. You can actually leave the lemon out of this if you wanted to, and use the Kikkoman ponzu, another of their naturally brewed traditional products. I'm going to save the lemon so I can use the juice later. The carrots are going in here as well. I'm just going to sprinkle those in there. And then I want some seafood. But I'm just going to let that come to the boil before I put the seafood in there, because I don't want this to overcook. The thing about seafood is, if in doubt, slightly undercook it. Okay, I've got the broth boiling here. I'm going to put 4 tablespoons of Kikkoman soy sauce in here. 1, 2, 3, 4. I can smell that immediately. It's completely natural, this stuff. It's beautiful. Next thing that happens is all that seafood, starting off with the fish. And today I'm using monkfish because what I want is a rather firm fish that isn't going to break up. It's going to go in there, and I don't want to overcook this at all. So these are all going to take about, once it comes back to the boil, this will take about 2-3 minutes, if that. Put that down there. Just going to just sort these out a little bit so that they're evenly distributed. I've got the element on high. I want this to come back to the boil, but I'm not going to boil it furiously because you just don't treat fish like that. You don't want it to break up, you don't want it to overcook. Okay, that's been back to the boil. I want to remove all this because I don't want to overcook this. So I'm going to throw that onto this warm plate. When I say throw, I use the term loosely. So take all that out. You don't want the scallops to shrink up if you overcook them. And if you don't want to use a mixture of seafood, look, just use fish or just use scallops. You could just put a little bit of sesame oil on this, get your finger over the end of a ponzu bottle and go like that, and you'd actually have a little warm seafood salad. And that's pretty good, but I want some more of that in it. Today, I feel like I want it to be just a little bit stronger. I want a couple of handfuls of spinach, the snow peas, which you're going to take, honestly, when this comes back to the boil, it's ready. Give it a bit of a stir up. I want to squeeze some lemon juice in here. I want to taste it again. Oh yes, that's what we're after. I'm going to make sure that it's still hot. Give a little stir up. Now I really like this with Japanese noodles. And I'm going to put a few noodles in the bottom of the plate. And then all you do is get this delicious stuff and spoon it over the top. And that's the dish. It's a one-pot dish. It's clean, it's simple, it's really easy to make. Just go to foodtv.co.nz and kikkoman.com.